Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So I am here and I am going to work on these grapes if I can. And so hopefully everything will be good. As I figured out last time, if I kind of look through and look at that little piece that's hanging down, that is going to be the little black piece there. That is my best indicator. I just kind of need to keep that in view and drive. Get a little closer here. So my biggest challenge here, however, I think is going to be the fact that I don't think I did a whole lot to increase my output of grapes this time. So I don't know that I'm going to get anywhere near what I had the first time through, but there's not much I can do about it now because we're at harvest point. The other thing I just realized that I don't know is, can we harvest grapes in the rain? It does look like we have some rain coming. Now it could still be hours away, but the way things run here, I'm not quite sure. So yeah, it looks like rain is coming within the hour. So this could get sad real fast if I can't harvest in the rain, or if it lowers the yield, because that's just not going to be a good outcome. But yeah, I was pretty much full when I did one row before, and clearly I'm not now. So I'm getting like a 33% drop, which does mean I'm probably going to have to harvest again at some point before I'll be able to actually get any benefit. Although, you know what, I should have gone ahead and, you know what, while I'm thinking of it, I'm just going to do that. Because if I don't dump this at this point, I'm going to have a problem. And I know that because I ran into that situation before. I'll go ahead and we'll grab this. But yeah, other than pruning the grapes, like I didn't fertilize, I didn't mulch, I didn't do all those things that I can do or should do to increase the output. Which is unfortunate because I think honestly I own all that equipment. I just don't own the harvester and the trailer because they're a little more expensive. And actually the trailer's not bad, but it was just one of those, like, unless I need it, it's just too much. But this should go a lot faster than it did before, just from the standpoint of I'm more familiar with the process now. I mean, obviously I ran that row pretty quickly. So I think the immediate need is some grape juice. I think we need 9,000 liters of grape juice, and I think it's relatively close to kind of a 1-to-1 ratio. So I think I'll be alright if I get, say, 10,000 liters, but before I had gotten like 20,000 liters, and you know, that had, whoops, let's not tip over the entire thing, and that had been really good to be able to do that. I don't remember the quantity on the trailer here, but we'll figure that out when it's time for it to be full, and then we'll take it down. And obviously I had grabbed a bit more here, so just I think I went too far, a little bit too far there. Alright, and obviously I had gone down the row a bit here, so at some point it will go ahead and grab it. There we go. Now we're harvesting again. Obviously my viewpoint is not correct because I ran into something there and got hung up on the poles. So the trick is not only being able to see, but being able to position myself really almost directly behind so that I can drive a straight line. And rather than trying to snap to a line and do something, it does seem that kind of manual driving works a little bit better here. Let's see. If I go up there, because now I'm kind of going downhill, it makes it a little easier, but I can't imagine I'm going to get much more than, I'm barely going to get to 2,000, I think, by the time I end, because I think I got a couple hundred going here, so and I got a couple hundred going when I started the row, is what I meant to get into there. Alright, so it's starting to rain. You know, my hope is, since they're on the vine, I'm not, you know, cutting things, they're kind of there. I'm hoping these are like root crops. I mean, we'll see if we get, I would think by now that the cloud icon is the only thing there, we would have gotten a warning. So I'm thinking we're okay. So that's a big sigh of relief, because otherwise I would have spent the money to rent this equipment, and then I would have just been sitting around. And that's not a good thing. But yeah, I'm still doing more than, 50% getting through there, so not quite. I was thinking I could clear that, but I need to get out here to dump it again. So that harvester's a little bit in the way here. So you can see as we run back over, and that's basically what I'm going to have to keep doing, is just running back and forth across the field. We're 37%, so I'll be able to do the next one, and then I'll be full. So we'll get close here. And I don't know that that's entirely accurate, because once again, I'm not going to be at, say, 74% now, because I am full on, or I wasn't full on with the row. I'm not sure. This is going to be a bit of a struggle. It's just a little bit of a challenge trying to figure out how to line up on things here. So let's see, if I go there and then turn, can I get myself at a point where I can make it work? And it looks like maybe I can. Again, I need to position it so I've got a good clear view, lined up in a way that I'm able to stay on the line. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the trailer full, and I'm going to run that down to the grape processing unit, and we'll join up down there, kind of taking a look at what we need to get done with these grapes immediately. Because I think, as opposed to what I had done before, which was run some of both, because I know I'm getting a lower harvest, I think I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to just produce what I need to produce, just to make sure I don't get stuck, because I'm going to have to basically do a second grape harvest at some point, or a third, really. And that's probably what's going to be necessary to actually succeed through all the levels I see, and that doesn't mean that we won't have any more need for grapes popping up in the future. So I will see you when I'm down there. Alright, so I forgot that I had all this out here. So hold on. Because at this point, I have what? I have 4,000 liters in there, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pallets at 432 liters each. So basically 4,800. I may darn well have nearly everything I need. I'm going to be really, really close. So yeah, at this point, I have 9,265 liters of grape juice. So this is actually excellent. This may work out way better than I thought. So talk about a glorious surprise. That is just incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this in. And at this point, what I am going to do is I am going to activate raisins. And I am going to start producing raisins with these grapes. Because that's what I need to do. Because the 9,000 liters of grape juice, I've already got. So what that will turn into then is I just need, because raisins, as you may have seen, I didn't look at it specifically for a length of time. Raisins are 1 for 1. So 1 liter of grapes turns into 1 liter of raisins. So to make 11,000 liters of raisins, I just need 11,000 liters. And on 3 rows here, I've gotten more than 6,000 grapes off there. So we're going to be great either way, because in 3 more rows, I'm going to have more than I need for the raisins. And if I have to make a little bit more to get a final pallet to spit out of grape juice, then I'll be okay. And so I think I had just had it run that way, and just run grape juice because I knew it was coming. I would have seen it, because raisins are a few levels down, but I've seen for a couple levels the grapes, or the grape juice that I need. So I know I didn't open the episode the way I normally do, getting people up to speed on exactly what it is we're doing here in case we've got some new folks joining. So I will do that once I get back to the field and get going. But man, am I pumped. I am super excited with what I've just discovered. But sometimes we get good surprises. I just had forgotten the planning we had done earlier, so in a much better spot than I thought. Alright, so for those who are unaware of what we're doing, we're using the VIP Order Manager, which is why this is the VIP series. We're fulfilling needs of VIPs. Currently at level 12 orders, which means we've done 11 levels of orders before this. Once we fill a given level, we get the bonus payout that is dispersed according to, you know, how we went through and did this. So all of these add up to 213,200 pounds. Right now, I'm waiting to just finish the tomatoes, and then I'll be going to level 13, which is where we have the need for the grape juice, along with a few other things. And then down here is where we have the need for raisins. So this is now what I'm targeting, where I thought initially I was just harvesting grapes to work on this, and I was operating under the impression that I needed enough grapes to fill 20,000 liters of need, with grape juice actually only providing 80% of what I put in, because obviously you're squeezing grapes. And so when you're squeezing the grapes to make grape juice, obviously you need more liters of grapes to get grape juice, so it's kind of an 80%. It's 5 liters of grapes required to make 4 liters of grape juice. So I'm going to go ahead. We've got 288 left here from that wouldn't fit in there, but we were only getting about 67% as we went across the aisle, or the row, so I'm just going to keep that in here and I'll dump it in when I get to the other end. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through at this point, get all these grapes harvested and get them down to the GPU, and then we'll see what time of day we're at and see if there's anything else that we want to get into or if we're just going to be wrapping it up at that point. So I'll see you in a bit. The rain just ended about a minute ago, so I'm on my last run over here to the grape processing unit. Third trip down here. So we've got just under 17,000 liters of grapes that came off those vines. So I'll have to, probably prep them better next time. And we probably will have some time, given that we're going to be waiting for our greenhouses to produce things over the next few levels. We're still waiting on tomatoes. I still think we have months, so I'll probably have plenty of time even now to make some progress on it in the future. But for now, I just want to get this done, and then we'll return the items we rented. We'll go over here to the lease. We'll return the harvester, and we will return that. Alright, and checking all my equipment. I don't actually own the mulcher or the sprayer that we need. I just have the pruner. And I think my thought there was that I could just, kind of do the bare minimum, and if I have to harvest more frequently, that would be okay. But we'll see what that looks like. I may still go ahead and do the work over the next few months, because I think I'm going to be looking for things to do as I sit and wait. So I've taken a look at Field 42, our canola that we're waiting to grow. It is still in a growth stage today. I think we've still got a couple days before we're going to be able to harvest. So let me get back to the farm, and then we'll certainly take a look at the tomatoes, and we'll see what the status is there. And then we'll also take a look at what we might be able to get into, if there's anything that we can start to tackle today, or if it's just going to be a really early day for me here. So we actually don't even have a full set of pallets out here yet. We've still got space, so we've got, what, 5, 6? We've got 6 out, so that's 3,000 per. So that means I've got about 9,000 liters. They're running. We've got automatic irrigation set up, so we put in an irrigation system into these greenhouses quite a while back, so that I don't have to keep carting water over here. So we've got plenty going on there, but we've only got 9,000, and you can see we're basically waiting on another 30,000. So I move about 18,000 at a time. Looks like, we didn't get credit for a liter there. We have enough soybeans, and again, we're growing the canola, and the hope is we're going to get enough canola to hopefully get this 275,000 or so that we need to fulfill both the orders. So one thing that we're going to need in the future is getting barley growing, and hopefully be able to generate enough of that so I can certainly go ahead and kind of plant that on the fields. The challenge is, however, we only got 96,000 liters of wheat, and actually it was 79,000 liters of sorghum, so we barely were able to get that done on the 4 fields that we have up here near the farm. So we'll have to see how that works, and it may require multiple plantings of barley, because I don't think I want to put barley on the large field. That's probably too much right now, but it would be helpful if we could see things ahead of time, but I'm not sure that I'll be able to do that. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I do have this piece of equipment, which is the pruner, so I'm going to go ahead and get these vines going again, because it's only lunchtime. I've got a whole day ahead of me, and now the rain stopped, so it would be foolish to throw this time away, I think. And part of it is, I got really good at driving down the line, so I'm not sure if I'm always going to be able to do that. But we'll get this set here. And we'll turn it on. And we'll see how this goes. Well, that's not working well at all. Alright, there we go. I think now it finally clipped on. Because, yeah, what we need... something's not working. Do I need to lower it? Maybe I do. I don't understand why it's turned so much. Alright, well, if I lift the pre-pruner, see, I'm just not sure where I need it. So, I swear this worked a lot better before. It's like, do I need to let it do something? I don't understand. I'm pretty sure, like, this should cut these at this point. Well, I've tried a few things. I'm just running down the other direction, thinking maybe if I started afresh. I know in the past this had worked pretty well. Again, grapes are kind of a new thing to me. I'm not sure if maybe you can only do it so many times, but I don't think so, because if I recall, like, in France and so forth, I mean, I think there's vineyards that have had grapevines that have been growing for years and years and years. I don't know if there's some sort of a lifespan, but even if there is, I would think it's more than 2 harvests. What might need to happen, however, is it might need to go to the next day before I can do something, because maybe at this point, now that we've gotten the grapes off, they need to kind of wither down, and then I can prune down and get the fresh growth going. So obviously I can't do anything with that. We're in the situation right now that there's not really a need to rush with everything else. I'm getting so far ahead. So I think I'm going to call it a really early day. I mean, we certainly got plenty done. We're definitely excited about getting the raisins going. So we can see we've gone from 7 liters. We're already almost up to 1,000 liters. So I just need to keep track of this, because there's no real reason to use and create more than 11,000 right now. So I'm going to want to stop that production as close to that as I can. So I'm going to want to be careful as I proceed with that. And then we'll just turn off the production and let the grapes sit there in the event something else comes up, and then we'll determine what to do. But for now, definitely pretty happy with the work we've gotten done today. If you like this episode, or just like what is being produced here, I appreciate it if you would drop a like for the video if you haven't done that already. It helps with the YouTube algorithm to get things out there. And certainly if you're not a subscriber yet, I would love it if you would do that and do me that kindness, as I'd love to grow the channel and get the subscriber base up, because that will lead to just a lot more activity and a lot more discussion going on and so forth. So I would appreciate it if you would do me that honor as well. And I will see you next time.